Today we're in Singapore and we're taking you on a massive food tour of Michelin recommended eateries.
Singapore is a food paradise, so get ready for some incredible street food.
Everyone knows the Michelin starred soy sauce chicken rice, but we will not be eating that in this video. There are so many other amazing Michelin recommended and starred eateries in Singapore. We're going to eat 5 delicious dishes in this video, so make sure you watch right to the end so you don't miss out on seeing how mouth-watering and cheap this Michelin recommended food is.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Sheena, and we're chasing a plate.
We hope you're hungry. Let's eat.
This is one busy hawker stall. So we arrived at 9:15. They open at 9:30 and we waited in line for an hour. But we eventually got our bowl of Bak Chor Mee or minced pork noodles. So we've got some minced pork, some beautiful noodles, some slices of blanched liver. There's some lean pork, some meatballs, dumpling or two here, and then it's all languishing in this puddle of broth which is made up of a dollop of sambal and some black vinegar. And the kitchen was just a hive of activity. They were blanching noodles, they were blanching pork, there were sauces flying, everything was a flurry and it was all action. You can see how there's a slight orange tinge to the sauce, and that's from the sambal. Okay, let's just give it a go. I'm so excited. Those noodles are perfectly cooked. I still have a bit of bite. They're really bouncy. And that sauce is just incredible. It's very sour from the black vinegar, and it also has a beautiful fieriness from the sambal. I got some bits of minced pork in that mouthful and a little bit of that sliced lean pork, and it was so tender, just incredible. I'm gonna give some of this liver a go with a few more of those noodles and see what it tastes like. Oh, that liver is so creamy. Sometimes when liver has been overcooked, it turns really grainy and has a really horrible texture. But that just melted in my mouth. I've also spotted one more thing in this bowl of noodles that I didn't mention, and that's this piece of fried fish. So let's just pop that in my gob, see what that tastes like. It's really crunchy, a little bit oily, and has a beautiful fish flavour. What I love about this bowl of noodles is the varying textures. So you've got the crunchy bits of fish, the springy noodles, that creamy liver, and then the hero of this dish, I reckon, is that sauce. It's so well balanced. It's sour, and it's got the perfect amount of spice. My lips are tingling from the fieriness of that sambal. This is a must eat. It's so delicious.
We're at a new hawker centre, and this time we're having a carrot cake, which is a savoury radish cake. Remember, down below in the description, we always put the details to all the places we're eating, and while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's go check out this carrot cake. Our plate of golden carrot cake has just been delivered. Oh, look how enticing it looks. The color on that is beautiful. So what this is they make a radish cake. So they make that with radish and rice flour. So they puree all that radish up, turn it into a steamed cake. Then once the cake has been made and steamed, they cut it into little cubes. Let's have a look down here actually. I'll see if we can see any of those. Oh yeah, there's like one just hanging out there, another little cube. So there's little cubes all through there. And also there's some egg. So what they do with those cubes, they then mix it all up with some egg, dump it on this huge hot plate, and fry it in liberal amounts of oil. She was just dumping spoonfuls and spoonfuls of oil onto the hot plate to fry this in. And so you're getting this crunchy exterior, and then when it was all golden and crunchy and pretty much ready to come off that heat, she was grabbing big spoons of sambal or chili sauce and dumping it on top. And that is where you can see there's some color here, this sort of reddy tinge is that sambal sitting on the carrot cake. But let's give it a go. We'll get that bit there because it looks like it's got lots of sambal and just nice and golden, and I've got a few spring onions on this mouthful as well. Oh. Wow! Wow! So there's pickled radish in there as well, which was in the wet mixture, and that's really tangy. This sambal, it's just got a sweet spice almost to it. So it's hot with spice, not crazy hot though. Let's go for another bit. I'm gonna go for this. Look at this big one here. So let's fold it up. I'll put a few spring onions on there. Let's grab this. Oh, it looks really crispy on the edge. Oh, that is good. Flavor is incredible. The sour and tanginess of the pickled radish is the main flavor. And then it's mixed in with all that egg, so you get a sort of a creaminess from the scrambled egg that's all through the mixture. It's like this perfect balance of sweet and savory, and it's quite salty as well. It's just all so perfectly put together. I'm gonna have some more. Look at this huge one. That is exciting. You can see it's crispy on the bottom side. It's a bit more wet looking. Oh yeah, let's go one big mouthful on that. A perfect level of oiliness. That is awesome, and I love the little spring onions. They add a burst of freshness. Great dish, great dish. Next up, we popped into a really busy hawker centre to get one of my favourite snacks, Kerry Pops. And look at these things. Oh, they're nice and hot. So we've popped into this beautiful little park to eat these guys. You can see how flaky that's going to be. Now we got two sorts. One is a chicken and curry, and one was a sardine. So I don't know what the dot means, but let's rip into this one and see what's going on. Oh my God, look how flaky that is. Oh, that looks like the sardine one. Oh, you can see some onions, a big red chili, and all that flakes of sardines. Oh God, it smells good. It smells so good, really strong of that sardine flavor. Whoa. Oh, okay, I gotta eat this. I don't know what to do. It's going everywhere already. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. So good. Wow, it's so juicy, that mixture. I find with sardine curry puffs, sometimes they can be a bit dry, and that is not dry at all. The sardine flavor is strong in a brilliant way. Like, it's not too oily, but it's just a beautiful, strong sardine taste. The chili really sings. Great pop of chili. And then the onion, just a nice little, almost a little bit of a crunch from that and a sweetness. This is so messy. I'm just gonna have to put this whole bit in. Oh my God. Oh, that pastry. It is to die for. It just crumbles in your mouth. It was amazing watching them make these because they were rolling them out in a way so that this pastry would be all puffy and layered like it is, and that's why it's so flaky. He was rolling and then folding and then lightly rolling and then cutting, so it was almost like a scroll of pastry before the final roll was done, to then have the filling dumped inside and that pastry folded up so it could then be baked into this beautiful little bite. Oh, that is good.
I've got the chicken and potato curry one to try. Let's just crack into this bad boy. Whoa, wow, look at it. It's filled with tiny little cubes of potato, and then you can see the chunks of chicken, and then also on the side I think there's a bit of onion in there. That pastry is just unreal. It is so flaky. As I broke it open, it just sort of fell into my lap. It was so flaky. Let's give this a go. Wow. Oh, this is the flakiest, most light pastry I've ever eaten in a curry puff. It just melts in your mouth and it is just so light. There's no stodginess. And then that filling is just really mildly spiced. The potato is really tender, and then those chunks of chicken are really, really beautifully cooked. This is just awesome, and it's so packed with filling, this curry puff. So it's not a little snack, it's quite hefty in size, so that's gonna fill us right up. Oh, this is a winner.
I got the very last little bit of the chicken and potato on here. Oh my god, they are unreal. It's so cool when, oh sorry, it was so flaky. It's so cool when something you can buy pretty much everywhere, you can see a lot of, becomes next level like that. I mean, that is next level curry puff. So worth getting. But for us, the sardine one, if you have one out of that selection, sardine was phenomenally good. A beautiful, moist liquid and filling inside, little bits of chili, incredible curry puff. But both of them really good. That was an awesome snack.
We're at our next hawker centre to eat a plate of fried noodles from the stall behind me. Let's go and grab a plate. This is one of my favourite dishes to eat in Singapore, fried sotong prawn mee. So sotong means squid and mee means noodles. So look at this plate. It looks a little bit like a gloopy old mess, but I can assure you, in the taste stakes, this is so delicious. These are fried noodles, and I love watching the chef at work. So in his wok, he's tossing up these two different types of noodles. So the yellow noodles and also the rice vermicelli. He adds garlic, he adds sweet soy, and then he adds ladles of beautiful creamy seafood broth. And that's why the noodles actually look a little bit soupy almost, because of that broth that's been added. So we've also got squid, so pieces of squid, there's some egg in there, there's prawns, and then there's this huge dollop of fiery sambal. I've got these limes to add to give it a little bit of zing, and then just give that a toss through. Also grab some of that sambal and mix that through to give it a really nice spicy hit. Let's give it a go, see what it tastes like. I really love the different textures of the two types of noodles. So the yellow noodle and then that rice vermicelli. That sambal is actually quite mild, so not a really fiery bit of heat. Let's give the squid a go together with some more of those noodles. Adding that lime has just really given it another depth of flavour. That acidity is really good. The squid is so tender. I think the strongest flavour though is that prawn broth, or that seafood broth. So the seafood broth has been soaked up by the noodles, and it's just a wealth of flavour coming out of each mouthful. This is a great plate of noodles. We've just ordered our next dish from the stall behind me, and I am super excited about this one. It's clay pot rice that is cooked over charcoal. I have a sneaky suspicion that this is going to be a winner. Our clay pot rice has arrived, and boy does it look good. The top of the rice is just coated or covered in all these treasures. So you've got these pieces of chicken which are on the bone. You've got laptung, which is Chinese sausage. these pieces of pork liver which has been cured, and this here, hiding here, is a little nugget of salted fish that is going to add such a savoury salted flavour. On the table there is a pitcher of oil and also some special secret dark sauce. So what I'm going to do is pour the oil over our rice, and then also some of this dark sauce, and it is so thick. Look at it. It's almost like caramel. Oh god, that is going to add such a flavour sensation. And then I'm going to get my spatula and just mix it all up. So let me just swing this around so I can hold that handle and just get all that sauce and oil mixed up into the rice. Oh gosh, the smells coming off of this thing are so good. So I'm just going to coat all of that chicken and the pork sausage and the liver in that dark sauce. So what's really special about this restaurant is that they cook the dish from start to finish in this clay pot over the charcoal. So they put the rice in, which is uncooked, the water, and then all the ingredients, and it just bubbles away. Let's taste this thing. Get some of that rice first, also a bit of that lap tang. Let's go. Gotta go for another mouthful. Wow, the rice is so loose, and that lap tang, so that preserved Chinese sausage, it's super sweet. And it bursts in your mouth because there's a fair bit of fat in that sausage, and it just bursts with flavour. I'm going to try a bit of this chicken. So it's still on the bone, there's a lot of skin still on the chicken, so I imagine that that would have just sort of melted and coated that rice as it cooked. It is the most tender thing in the world. The meat just melted in my mouth, that skin as well, that beautiful fat sort of just oozed in my mouth. This has just got so much flavour. Let's try a bit more of this rice. A spoonful of rice and then another piece of that chicken. Just go full mouthful and see how we go. Just packed full of flavour. And that mouthful had a real hit of that salted fish. So the salted fish was only a tiny piece, but it adds so much. It's really savoury, and it's sort of dotted throughout the dish now, so we'll just get mouthfuls of that. This is one heck of an amazing dish. Okay, so we've come to the best bit about clay pot rice, and it is this crust that has formed on the bottom of the clay pot and along the sides. So because the rice has been cooking over the charcoal for about 30 minutes, this crust has developed. The rice is stuck to the bottom and it's like formed this skin. So what I'm going to do is just hack away at these crusty bits and just try and remove that from the bottom. Whoa, look at that. Can you hear that crunch? It's so crackly and crunchy. This is going to be so delicious. Okay, so I've got sort of a spoonful of crusty, crunchy rice bits. It's just a tiny bit burnt because it's just been stuck to the bottom of the pot. But let's give this a go. This is the best bit, honestly. It's like eating Rice Krispies. It's got that little bit of smoky, charred flavour, and it's super crunchy. So good.
Whoa, Singapore has some epic food. That last dish, the clay pot chicken, incredible. It was a huge meal and I am so full after that day of eating. Really cool trying all those Michelin recommended or starred places. What a day.
Remember to head down below, hit subscribe on our YouTube channel, hit that thumbs up button. We hope you enjoyed watching this one. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.